you cannot bring a weapon to school.
Yeah.
So you can't say I was.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense, because if you are afraid the day before, where you have to take a weapon to school, why not notify your parents? Parents, you notify the school teacher. School teacher, let's bring these kids in here and resolve this issue. It's called conflict resolution. We was taught in homes that has morals and values. You tell the teacher. Somebody, you tell the teacher, let the teachers know, so when y'all have an altercation, you're cleared and you're covered. Documentation beats conversation. So words of documentation just say this is self-defense. It's a premeditated crime because you took a weapon in fear, anticipating to use it.
That was premeditated, though.
And it's at a track meet. You getting ready to run track with other kids and you got a knife on you. No, man, you got to go to jail. You got to go. So when is it all right to kill the bully? I don't give a fuck what the bully did. He don't have a right to die.
No.
Man, you weak man. That's why I say teach the kids how to deal with bullies and this won't happen. We're all not equal. Even in nature, you can be feeding a flock of birds. There's going to always be one bird to come in and take the food from the. This is nature. Yeah. You cannot get rid of bullies. Teach the kids how to deal with them. Bullies build character. You go to work.
Amen. Amen. I couldn't wait to get into this video.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I couldn't wait to get into this video. Y'all don't know how I couldn't wait, man. And y'all know how we feel about this a lot of us on the channel feel about this entire situation. We've made multiple videos about it. I've responded back to a lot of you guys in the comment section. We send our love, our prayers, our condolences out. You know, it is sick how a lot of people are going about this, especially the black community. You know, it's disgusting how people have politicized this, how people have made this into the race card, white versus black. It's disgusting, man. And before I continue, I want to say this loud and proud. One love to the human race. One love to the human race. I don't give a if you're black, white, Asian, Latino, if you got a little bit of Creole in you, if you got a little bit of Vietnamese in you, if you got a little bit of Filipino, I don't care. I got love for you. You know, we're living in some sad, sick, wicked, evil, pathetic times. And I'm just being real, man. Seeing people defend murderers. I've had it, man. People saying self-defense, this and that, and you don't know the full story. You don't, but you look at the basics. You know, then we argue. Oh, maybe both of them were wrong. Both of them were wrong. Well, then we look at the basics, man. But Charleston White just knocked it out the ballpark. And I love how he's going to talk about, conflict resolution. It goes right back down to the parents. And shout out to all our parents that are watching, our grandparents. Shout out to all our future parents. I know there's a ton of people on the channel that are going to be future parents. You listen up. I plan to be a future parent in the future. I plan to have kids. And that's why I always tell our parents, man, keep being amazing parents. Keep being an amazing person. Keep being a leader, a mentor. Right from wrong. Common sense. And support your kids. Be there for them. Check on them. Ask them how their mental health is doing. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them what are they going through. The little things, man. The little things. But I couldn't wait to get into this amazing video. If you're new here, join the family. We keep it real. We're rooting for America. We're rooting for this administration. We are rooting for this administration. We're rooting for President Trump. We bring the best updates. We're sick of all this race baiting, race hatred, all this. They want us divided. They want us to hate one another. Sick of all this crap, man. The black community, I'm fed up with as well. You know, especially around this situation. But you know, we blame the white man, and then they put white supremacy. You know, people blame the white man for everything. Oh, I can't get up for work on time. It's the white man's fault. Oh, I can't get up and go to the gym. It's the white man's fault. Oh, I've gained 20, 30, 50 pounds. It's the white man's fault. But you're the one that had that hamburger and fries and that large Coke in your hand. But it's the white man's fault. And I'm just being real. Couldn't wake up on time. Man, I got fired. It's the white man's fault. It's because I was black. Ask me how I know. I have family members like it. I have family members that make excuses, that play the victim card, race baiting, race hustling. I got family members that do it. I grew up around it, so I know. People think, and now that Trump's back in there, people think that we live, that we're in slavery days, that we're slaves now. It's crazy, man. But Charleston like just knocked it out the ballpark, man. It's not about race, it's about what's right. Let's check it out.
Austin Metcalf. You see the boy in Frisco stabbed to death by Karmelo Anthony?
Yeah. My heart goes out to the family. They trying to make this a race issue, and this is a right or wrong issue.
Okay. So real quick, I like where you're going on this because I'm not even trying to race bait or anything. People are making this about black and white. You see that they're trying to make this kind of like a Trayvon Martin kind of, you know, they're talking about it, but where do you...
It is. Trayvon Martin was an angry black kid that had to be sent to his father because he lacked discipline, grew up in a home with his single mother. Any well-behaved kid with manners that had respect of adults, once George Zimmerman approached him, whether he's right or wrong, as a child, this is an adult. You get off the phone with that fat-ass girlfriend you trying to fuck, you call your dad and say, hey, Dad, it's an adult.
Sorry, y'all, it's gonna get real. If you don't like it being real, the language, it's gonna get real. Simple as that. Y'all know how we are on this channel. It's gonna get real. You know, the BLM was a scam. Black Lives Matter was a scam. Bunch of frauds. The women went out and bought houses, purses, nice clothes and shoes. It's a complete. We know about all this, man. What's the name? George Floyd. He was doped up. So I you know. When we get pulled over by the officer, we have no respect. We can't respect anybody. We think we on top of the world. We could be going 100 miles per hour, drunk as hell on the freeway, and get pulled over. And we think we don't need to follow the law. We feel like we don't need to show our license. We feel like we're not drunk, even though we're drunk and we going 100 miles per hour. I didn't do it. I don't want to be held accountable. Officer, you get your supervisor. I'm not drunk. And they make you breathe in the walkie-talkie, you're drunk as hell. I've had enough with these pathetic people that we live amongst, man. We live amongst some pathetic people, man, I'm telling you. And I'm just being real. I know some people say Rick that went off. I'm just saying, we live amongst some pathetic individuals, man.
Around here to just stop me. He said he's calling the police. Rather than doing that, he had an attitude because as young black males in this country, we have an authority problem because we walking around angry, displaced from our father's issues, but we resent our mothers.
That's true.
So we're a ticking time bomb. And Trayvon Martin could fight. So that's why I say you be careful approaching some of these young kids. What a 13-year-old will kick a 40-year-old's ass.
That's true.
And that's what happened in that situation. He underestimated this kid, and he was looking for trouble. But by law, he was right. And he was judged by his peers. So we can't say nothing once you're judged by your peers.
Well, what do you think's going to happen in this Austin Metcalf thing? You think he's
Metcalf had to go, well, no, that boy going to jail.
Karmelo Anthony's going to go to jail.
Karmelo going to jail. Because listen, you cannot bring a weapon to school.
Yeah.
So you can't say I was
what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because if you are afraid the day before where you have to take a weapon to school, why not notify your parents? Parents, you notify the school teacher. School teacher that's bringing these kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution. We was taught in in homes that has morals and values, you tell the teacher. Somebody fucking with you, you tell the teacher. Let the teacher know. So when y'all have an altercation, you're cleared and you're covered. Documentation beats conversation. So words of documentation just say this is self-defense. It's a premeditated crime because you took a weapon in fear. Anticipating to use it.
That was premeditated, though.
And it said a track meet. You getting ready to run track with other kids and you got a knife on you. No, man, you got to go to jail.
You got to go to jail.
You got to
go to jail. You put your hands behind your back. It's got to go to jail. You got to be made an example out of. You got to learn the hard way.
Oh. There's no so when is it all right to kill the bully? I don't give a fuck what the bully did. He don't have a right to die.
No.
Man, you weak man. That's why I say teach the kids how to deal with bullies and this won't happen. We're all not equal. Even in nature, you can be feeding a flock of birds. There's going to always be one bird to come in and take the food from the. This is nature. Yeah. You cannot get rid of bullies. Teach the kids how to deal with them. Bullies build character. You go to work, it's going to be a bully supervisor, a bully co-worker. You cannot get rid of the bully. Teach our children conflict resolution. Everything don't have to end in violence. But when you come from the black culture, everything is disputed in violence.
Our music, I mean, everything, man. You know. Same what we were talking about in our previous video with Officer Tatum and how the great neighborhood was you know, and then they built the project right over here, and then the black community just ran that thing completely down. Violence, people stealing in cars. I mean, yeah, it happens. It's in our music. People got to be the big, bad, tough guy. You know?
That is the problem, though. That's how you.
It's the culture.
That's the culture. That's how they solve. When you have a serious issue, they don't even contemplate trying to talk it out.
We teach a no snitching rule, right? So our kids are walking around with these mafia rules, codes, and ethics of the streets that's held over children about no snitching. So now I have to take a weapon because I don't want to be a snitch and kill another kid. Oh, it's a simple solution. Go tell the teacher. Tell your parents.
Yeah.
It's a simple solution.
I know, but
tell, motherfucker, tell.
But what sounds crazy, I know it sounds so easy, but the thing is, even for the criminal, the guy that would commit an assault, if you stop him before he does the assault, then they don't have to go to jail as long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is not that kid's first time grabbing a weapon, because most kids who grab a weapon from the first time don't kill people.
Yeah, of course. You bring a gun a couple times before you shoot it.
And if I was being bullied and I'm in self-defense, even though he have an undeveloped brain and he's impulsive, why run?
I don't know.
Why get rid of the knife? You're showing criminal intent. Why throw the knife away where they can't find it? He wasn't found with the knife in his pocket. He wasn't sitting down with the knife in his hand ready to explain what happened.
Yeah. So, but do you think that he had some sort of predisposition to wanting to murder? Is that what you're saying? Is that
no. Children don't wake up to kill because they don't have the brain capacity, the brain development to say, I want somebody dead. Children are impulsive.
Yep.
This was a tragic incident where a kid who don't have emotional intelligence acted impulsively because he comes from a culture that promotes, propagates violence. Mm-hmm. Every day, all day, kill, die, nigga, shoot, kill. You can't take this in and you lack training. You lack morals. You have to have a foundation of a value system to listen to this type of shit all day long. Yep. And you don't have no emotional intelligence where you've been taught to say, man, when you get angry, think.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. So he was anticipating this to happen. That's why he had the knife, and we had this outcome. He didn't want to kill nobody.
I don't think he wanted to kill anybody. He almost kind of manifested it, though, just by his culture, him around it, having the knife. But
well,
accidentally,
I got a nephew that goes to school out there.
Mm-hmm. At Frisco?
And not to paint this kid in a bad image, this is why I used to tell my son, because I got a house full of guns. Mm-hmm. And I saw my son on Instagram one time with a blunt in his mouth. He was 14 years old with my guns. I told him I better not ever see you because I'm trying to prepare this kid to go to the military. You don't, man, take that shit down because that imagery.
Yeah.
You can't take it back. So here he is. He got a video. He got a photograph, whether it's a real gun or not. That image is gonna destroy him in court.
It is. They're gonna.
You better not go to Collin County, where it's a predominantly white area, where these law-abiding, upstanding citizens have a heart for this white kid who was killed with a twin brother, a mother and a father. Their pictures with guns show a hunting image. His pictures show a gangster image, gang sign, and you.
And I'm so glad he mentioned that, man. Go on the internet and look. Look at the images between, you know, and I'm saying this as a black man. Again, it's real. I admit it's real. It's about the image. He's on there with guns and throwing up gang signs and standing like a thug gang member. And if they got if the two twin brothers were dressed in woodland camo, they're hunting. But how do you think they're gonna look at that other at the picture of the kid, how he's posed up with guns? The image. It shows his character right there, you know, and that's how they look at it, man. That's just real. That's how the jury gonna look at it. That's how they look at it, man. We put ourselves in these positions. We put ourselves in these predicaments. And now it's time to be held accountable. It's got to go to jail. I ain't defending it, man. I'm not defending it. And shame on the black community. You know, and turn this thing into a race car. They want to defend all this nonsense. Look at the basics. You know. Yeah, it's messed up. Now you got to deal with it. Figure it out. No, I know that lawyer over there sweating. I seen him in the interview, ass sweating. Sweating. Yeah, you got to learn. I don't feel bad, man. People got to learn, man. You know, people got to learn. We ain't feeling sad for nobody except for the young man. And we send our love and prayers to his family. Maybe prayers that I believe he had brothers and siblings, his sisters. We send prayers to the family that they learn from this and become and you should have been better at parenting, you know. Prayers. You should have checked on your son. Ask him, is he okay? Is his mental okay? Do that with, now you learning. Do that with his siblings. So they can prevent themselves from getting into this crap. Because nobody had to die that day. And that's my opinion. You don't like it? I honestly don't get. I don't care.
You guys want to play the race card in Collin County? Chill out, black people. Let's make this about right or wrong. Because you don't want to go to Collin County playing race. You'll lose.
Simple as that, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I love y'all. We're going to always keep it real, man. And it's a disgrace how they turned this into a white versus black, the race card. You know, we already know what the times that we live in. You put yourself in these predicaments, you know. Now it's time to put your big boy draws on. We said our love and condolences to the family, man. Prayers. America needs prayers. Especially these times that we are living in, man. It's a disgrace. It's sad. It's pathetic. It's wicked. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.